wet my whistle. Water is so good, man. Water is life. You can live like 30, 40 days off. It depends on how much excess body fat you have on you. Well, if you're like a heavy set person, you could like live off yourself and then like live another, without food. But you can only live 3 days without water. And it's such a trip how there's such an abundance some places because like places are flooding everywhere. California is about to experience things that have never been recorded in modern day history. As far as in terms of what the what like level of earth saturation and how it's gonna insurance companies are probably not even going to be able to pay out all the damage that is happening from floods in this next period, in this next lot of floods. I always get notifications on my disaster alert thing that there's floods all over the world. There's floods everywhere. The earth is just like shifting. Yep. So anyway, let me do something real quick before I get started. Hi, Jessica. Welcome. I'll be right back. I'm actually really digging this Apple Music because I get to go to the Waybacks. I was just listening to Atlantic Star, always. Girl, you are to me all that a woman should be. Let the Sunshine is playing right now. I had that album. See, because music has always soothed the beast in me. Huh, Ma? I remember 1981, we moved to Project City. 1982, somewhere around that time, I had a little yellow transistor radio and I had my bike. And that's all I needed was some tunes and some freedom because my imagination would play on the radio. I lived in my head most like the other little girls, and at that time it was unacceptable and it was a perversion, it was a damnation, and I was going to hell. So I was like, okay, I'll never act on it. I'll just imagine. And I never even like thought about like, I was just always about courting and dating. It was always about like stashing a picnic beforehand and taking, and then like staging it and then setting like the elaboracy of the grand gesture. I always was into that stuff. The hopeless romantic because I didn't, the world didn't never was gonna let me have that in real life, and now it's like I can have that if I want that in real life. It's just they've taken it to the extreme and swung the perversion. They're making stuff weird. The extremists, people that don't have restraint, self-control, that they can't control themselves. They really can't, so they're not. And we're going to see more and more of that. And then you're going to see more and more people learning how to control themselves. Meditation is what has saved my life. What has saved my life this last couple years is meditate state. It's just, unplugging from this 3D reality bullshit and then plugging into source, And then astrology has also been an equal proponent of providing some solace and serenity for me in the last couple years. I knew it was going to be hard. I didn't know I was going to be ending up moving from Salem, Oregon to Arroyo Hondo, New Mexico, with 5 dogs, a cat, and my 72-year-old mom. She was 70 at the time. Starting to come out on the other side of it. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hiokampath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. Happy New Year. It's New Year's. It's new. I'm getting hot. I'm trying to take off my hat and leave my bandana on. Happy New Year's. It's finally, I can't stand January. I'm like, there's no, this does not feel like new beginnings. It's all deception. It's lame. So anyway, I started talking about Atlantic Star. I'll come back to the other one. Story. So Atlantic Star, I listened to that. I'd listen, and we lived on, we got kicked out of the place we lived. It was a motel along Interstate 5, I-5, in Shasta Lake, California. And we lived there for a little while, and it was like a little one-bedroom place. And the mom was dating a guy, and he hit the dog of the manager of the place, so we got evicted, which was bullshit, but whatever. So anyway, we had to go stay with him for some months till mom could save up enough money and we could find another place. So we were homeless for a while. Huh? Mm-hmm. We know what it's like, right? Yeah. There's a lot of people that there's a lot of people that experience it at some point in time. So we lived. It was, the address was 3.4 miles up Backbone Ridge, and I would listen to that Atlantic Star tape in my Walkman, and I'd flip it over and I'd listen to it, and I could listen. I got it down to how many times I could listen to it before the batteries. I could wear out the batteries and stuff like that. My mind, the way my mind works. I keep track of stuff, and I don't even want to, honestly. So, today's been a pretty spectacular day. My body is tingling. I've been like on a pink cloud all day, and I'm just gonna allow it just for today. You know, it's just a joyful day. So yesterday, where the story led off is I talked about the Suburban that I was looking at. It came across my radar, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try. And if it's supposed to be, then things are just gonna work out, right? That's how it happens. That's what you talk about all the time, right, Marge? So this is, I went and test drove it. That's it. Big old fat head. Hi, Tuck. I took off Tucker's bandage. That's it. It's 30 years old. It's a 1993. So when I graduate, go ahead, bud. Good boy, bud. Good boy. Good boy. Go ahead. Go ahead. He got a fatty tumor cut off last Monday, and I finally took off the thing and the bandage, and so now he has access to it. So he's trying to get at it. So I know, bud. I know. Thursday he gets his stitches out. That's the thing. It's just because they're my dogs. I don't like messing with stuff like that. Anybody else's dog, I'm like, give me that thing. I'll take the stitches out. You know what I mean? It's my dog, so I'm like, no, I don't want to hurt him. Tuck, don't lick. Good boy, baby. Oh, he's not going to like the lights. I don't know. Anyway, so I went and test drove it, and it's a solid ride. It's a Chevy Suburban 1500. Good boy. Has new tires. He's given it. It was so funny because I didn't even I'm not good at bargaining and bartering and stuff like that, because I'll give people more than what I think that than they're trying to get, because I think it's worth more. I got no problem with that. So I'm like, I know what this car is worth. I just know what it's going to entail for me to have to get it. And we're supposed to get snow like the next 2-3 days. And so what it was going to entail is I called to ask him if he could if he would hold it for me, and I'd give him half of it. I could give him half of it, and then I could give him the other half. I'd go clean out the van, make it out all nice, and it's okay, Tuck. And then I could sell the van real quick. I'd sell it for less than. See, because people price gouge around here because it's like good vehicles are hard to come by. So they want to freaking gouge people and, get as much money as they possibly can. And I just want the van to go to a good family. So, like, he's starting to settle down. Yeah, is he settling down, Ma? Okay. So, and I'm thinking, okay, you want to go wash the it just wasn't. It was gonna suck. It was gonna be a lot of work for me, and I'm ready. I'm down for work. I'm just like, God, more hoops to go through, like trying to freaking, I would have to like I don't even know where I'd wash it, and then I'd have to pull out, dry it, and take pictures right there because everything's slushy and gross. So as soon as I pull out, it's going to muck it all up, and I want it to look nice for the pictures. So when I post it on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace and all that stuff, and I want to vacuum it all out, and that's not fun to do when it's raining outside, even though I'm covered with the carport. It's still not fun. So anyway, so I called him and I said, all right, this is what I'd like to do. Can I give you half and then sell the van and then give you that? He's like, yeah, okay. He's like, you want me to mark it sold? I'm like, yeah, please mark it sold. Right. So the situation is he doesn't even have to sell it. Except it's like his wife wants to keep it too because it's fun. It's just they have like tractors and stuff, like they have other big toys, and with the way the world's going, resources need to be designated and narrowed down and streamlined, kind of thing. It's like people are really they're figuring out the difference between wants and needs, and it's it's happening all over the place. If people are congruent with the spirit in themselves, and the spirit all about us. So he agreed to that, and then I was on my way to, and then I called my earth angel, let her know. I was so excited. I was pinging this morning. I'm like, it's mine. I can't believe this is happening. It's like actually happening. This Suburban is mine. I saw it yesterday. I wanted it. And now it's gonna be mine. So I'm like, thanks, God. I needed this. I'm gonna call this a win. Yeah. So only has 177,000 miles. It was the doctors who lived next door, so he did all the maintenance. He had it all. He took care of this stuff. Usually they took care. Some of them are scumbags, dirty, filthy pigs, but a lot of them are like, got that God complex and gotta make sure everything is in work. They're just take care of stuff. We'll just say that. Anyway, so, good girl, Luna. Talk. Damn it. Come on, dude. What are you chewing on? Damn it. Stop. I hate this part. Is what stresses me out. Because I don't like to be militant Marge, because then they get all scared. It's scary Marge. So my earth angel, I go to the mail, and I had because I was gonna like, okay, I'm getting to the point where I gotta either start putting money into the van or looking for something else. It's like I'm at that point because I don't want to put money in the van, a bunch of it in the van, and then put it. So anyway, this is a course of action that I decided to take, and then this thing came across, and then so my earth angel had sent me a card with some funds in it so I could have the van looked at. And that was like almost half. I mean, that with what I got is half of the down payment right there. And so I was like, all right, cool. This is moving in this is happening. And so God, it's so funny because some days I freaking cuss God out, man. I freaking cuss God out. I'm like, oh, and then I know now. Today he was just laughing at me. He's like, just remember this: on the days that you're cussing me out, just remember that I'm always got something ready for you, you know. But I get impatient and I throw tantrums like a child. So I try to do better. I do better. I have done better. Every now and again I digress. I haven't happened in a while. Let's hope I'm not due. Anyway, I don't think I could. I don't think I could be mad if I wanted to, honestly. So, then I call her. And then, like, she was sending me messages. And I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's cool, And then she said, and then I wasn't picking up what she was putting down. And so she said, just leaving FedEx, should arrive tomorrow. You just got a new car. I said, and I was like, and so I was like thinking, yeah, because I just got the down payment and I'm going to sell the van. And then I talked to her. And then she said, no, I just sent you. She's like, Marge, you don't get it. She's like, I just sent you the check for the whole amount. I said, I don't have to worry about cleaning out the van. She said no. She's like, because she said something about how's it feel to have two cars or something like that, and I was like, huh? And see, that's why I gotta talk to people to communicate, and I was just like, oh my God! So now I can take the time, and actually, I don't have to be in a hurry. So now I can actually like. Because I want to change the upper and lower radiator hose and like put a new thermostat in it. Stuff like that, could potentially, I turn the car over and like this next season it could break, So I don't want to do that to somebody else. And, the blue van made it possible for us to get here. And it's carried us the last couple years. And I'm ready to I don't know, cut the ties with the energy. Because that's just like related to the trailer over there and all the cats and my heartbreak with that stuff. And now it's like, and getting ready to have, bigger vehicle because it's super nice. It has like gold shag carpet on the inside. I'm going to get my shop vac and make it all fluffy and stuff, He's taking the radio out. It's his son's deck and he has like a 12-foot woofer in the back, but I'm like, I don't care. I just always listen to these anyway. Or I got my Bluetooth karaoke speaker. I can just throw that in there if I want to. But all the power, everything works. All the windows work. I mean, it's a steal. See, because he could have easily got like 8, 9, 10, for that. Easy. And he asked for he was asking for $5,500 is what he's asking for. And I said, dude, I ain't even gonna argue with you. I ain't gonna try and get you to. I said, I could tell what this. I know what this is. I can tell by driving. Like, I mean, it's like a ship on land. It's freaking. I mean, it'll go any place I want it to go, and I won't be unreasonable in asking. That's for sure. It has new tires, you know, and he's like, I'll let you have it for 5,000. And I said, okay. I said, this is my situation. If it's supposed to be, universe will open up and things will happen and it'll be mine. Thank you, God. I really needed this. So I sometimes I do things and then I don't know why I'm doing them, but what I understand, it's therefore something in the future. And so a number of years ago, Mom and I used to do painting on Sundays, and I'm just motivated to do it again, you know, to do some new paint, some new art, some new stuff. Ma, you ready to do some new stuff? Yeah? So this one's going to go to my Earth Angel. This I painted it back in 2013, 2014. Little did I know it was for a woman that I haven't even met yet that would do so much. I never even met her and she's done so much. Just to make life a little bit easier for some goofy gal that she sees on YouTube, but she listens to her stories and we become friends. It's kind of neat how life works out. And I've connected with some old friends, you know, and I got to reach out because I was so excited this morning. I called her and then I called my other friend and he's doing it, my father figure guy, and he's doing his taxes. Like, who could I share this with that like because I get so excited about stuff. I've gotten excited to a lot of people who really could care less, and I'd just rather get excited by myself than try and share that with somebody else, and it just like, pfft, yeah, they don't care, you know, because I'm like, dude, it's a heck of a deal. And then my buddy, I was messaging him earlier, and he's got 230,000 miles, still going strong. He's up in where they put all that extra crap on the road and stuff like that. And so like the salt and stuff. So he's got salt. He's got some salt damage. This, I don't know. I'll have to see. That's the thing is I'll go through it. I'll go through every system. He said he went through every system and stuff like that. I'll go through and look at the condition of everything, and I will change and swap out. I will change every wire. I will change every hose. I will rejuvenate everything in that thing to make it last. It's my post-apocalyptic ride. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked. Yeah, so say hi to the chat. Hi, Jessica. And then my hopefully my new brother, you know, that my nephews and niece, their dad, I sent him a picture this morning. I said I'm upgrading a ride, you know, for you know, come out visit. You know, I want make room for extra people. You know, for expanding, for the people coming into our lives, you know, more people to love. Come on out to Taos. I'll show you around. It'll be a good time. I'll take you out in the buggy. Got the buggy. You know, she's a pretty girl. The buggy. She's a nice ride. I'll take real good care of her. I think that's why he's gonna let me have it. He said people are trying to lowball him. They want to like let him have that for like $3,800 and stuff like. I'll give you $3,800. I'm like, man, those cheap little brown people, man, they don't even care what they're national. Just little cheap little brown. It don't matter what the shade of the people. There's just little cheap little people running around. Give me all what you got for nothing. So I have more and you got less. I mean, they're just hogs. Oh yeah, you guys are on fire, PETA in Australia. We're good. You guys, there's a lot of fires going on in Australia. You're making salad? I think we're gonna live off salads. Being mom, I'm just gonna buy a protein, like like tuna, like a real nice like fish or something like that. I just baked chicken tonight. Put some teriyaki sauce, like teriyaki on one and barbecue sauce on the other, and we were freaking grubbing, and there was just a little bit left, and freaking I'll be darned if Stan Lee didn't freaking get up there and help himself to the rest of it. I was like, dang, man, that's your grandma's dinner, rude. And so you had an apple, huh, Ma? It was good enough? Are you warm enough? You getting chilly?
No, I have my sweater on.
Yeah, you're getting tired? Yeah, it's 8 o'clock. Yeah, salad's good stuff. All kinds of like freaking nuts and seeds and stuff like that. Mmm. What's wrong with your parents' car, Jessica? You should send me an email and let me know. I can diagnose anything. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. That one lady that does videos, that girl that gets paid a lot of money. I guess she kind of helps dog. She goes around and, like, talks about dog rescue from here and there, but still, the output ain't near what the input is. She makes like she gets bag salads and then adds her modifications and stuff like that. Yeah, hard boiled egg. Yep. But Joey, you see, it's all this. It's just everybody gets their chance, you know. You don't get to live a life where like your car never breaks down. You don't get to live a life where you're freaking, you know, there's landslides. Everybody gets to where like you avoid all of it. I remember having a conversation with my brother one time because like I've always lived where I had to live, kind of thing. It's like where the universe has wanted me. I've ended up there. You know, I really, whatever. I really don't care to have any say in it. You know, one time I did try to move someplace I wanted to live was Oregon, and it ended terribly. So just whatever, go with the flow, right? So I started going with the flow, and then, but like, I mean, I'm pragmatic. I've been planning. I mean, like, when I moved to Oregon, I was thinking, okay, where do you want to be when the world ends? You know, and it was in Oregon, and universe had different ideas for me. And I'm glad for that now that I listened to God, my higher power, and just continued to do the right thing, you know, because it's been hard. It could have, you know, and I live in a place where I could have, you know, I'm smart. I could have made a lot of money breaking a lot of laws. That's not what God intended. So I just kept kept on the right path. The freaking, you know, don't suck, don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal, don't be a tramp, don't, you know, live like the whole world's watching, you know, without having secrets and stuff like that. And ultimately things will work out in your favor, and it's happening. And I feel pretty excited about that. So, you know, a lot of people are finding out more and more truths. Dirty stuff, man. Filthy stuff. See, people that do not have the mind of a pervert cannot comprehend the level of grossness in which people can attain in their perversion. And to them, they're so disassociated. They have no spirit in them. They're all ego. It's gross. But the things that they're driven to do, and they have for generations, and a lot of this stuff is coming out, and my heart goes out, and I will pray for those who struggle with the revelations. So, anyway, yeah, everybody's car, like Joey the Gypsy, his car broke down right now. It's just like it's a lot of stuff. A lot of cars break down because people do not take care of their maintenance. They just don't do the stuff that you should do. And I'll get a freaking grease gun, a zerk gun, and get on there on the zerks, and I'll freaking, and I'll pack the bearings, and I'll do all that stuff, because that's all the stuff I did when I was in the Air Force. So that stuff is fun to do as far as I'm concerned. I think more people should learn how to do that themselves, because it's fun. It's just, it's a puzzle. You take it apart, you put it, you put it back together, and you change the parts, and you put it back together, and there's a level of satisfaction in that. Feels good. I'm willing to teach anybody that wants to learn. I think it'd be fun to teach little kids how to, proper way, because that's when I learned. Mom dated a guy, Tom Carl. Mom dated Tom Carl, and he was an auto body man. And he worked at an auto body place in Reading there, on Cyprus for years, for like 20 something, and so he taught me about how, like, how you got to take everything off, and it's really a game of patience. It really is. And everything, it's all a puzzle. And how you got to do this to do this. And if you need to get to this, sometimes you got to loosen up a bolt that's over here or over here. And so I got to learn. My brain got to be freaking cultivated, And he helped me make a cribbage board out of manzanita. It took me 2.5 hours to cut through that. It was like, the branch was like that. It's like 2.5 inches. And then we cut it in half this way. And we took a drill press and poked all the holes in it, and I put hinges in it and stuff, and we made the brass brads, and I made a cribbage board, and I gave it to my brother. Wonder whatever happened to that. That's cool. I was like 12, man. It was a cool thing. He didn't care. He still don't, but oh well. I could still make stuff like that. I mean, I just like being creative, and more people are coming into it. They just don't even know how creative they are. Or all they got to do is spend some time with me. I can see how creative they are. I can see where they are. I mean, I like to help people accentuate what they already are. That's what I like to do. And when I'm not stressed out and freaked out and wondering where we're going to live and worried about, this, that, and the other thing, I know I haven't been that much fun to watch the last couple of years. That's the thing, is like, it ain't always going to be like this. So for those that have stuck it out with me, it's going to get good now. Because if I have the freedom to express myself in a way, we'll just see how Marge comes out of her shell. It'll be nice. It'll be neat. It'll be cool. I'm a lot more friendly. Yeah. Maybe not to tourists. I'm trying. We're supposed to get snow the next couple days, so I'm just gonna kind of hang out. And I don't know. This, as far as I'm concerned, Rapture? Is he chewing on it? He's chewing on it, isn't he?
No.
Yeah, he is. I can see him right now. Talk. A feeling of intense pleasure or joy. That's what rapture means. Tuck. You're driving me crazy, little dog. Stop. Stop. Ugh. Cut it out, you little turd. What are you doing, you goofball? 3 days. 3 days before his stitches come out. Oh my goodness. So, before I close, it's the March equinox. The March equinox. I didn't plant no seeds yet. They're supposed to get them in the ground on the new moon. So maybe I'll hurry up and find some and grab some, and then I'll scurry around and get some. I got some seeds around here somewhere. March equinox occurs at 3:25 p.m. on March 20th, marking the point when the sun crosses the northern celestial hemisphere from the earth. At equinox, day and night are both nearly the same length at every point on Earth's surface. In the northern hemisphere, March equinox is commonly called the spring or vernal equinox, Tucker, whereas in the southern hemisphere it is referred to as the fall, autumnal equinox. So that's happening today. Tomorrow's the new moon. It's Aries season. So many good things coming up.